Welcome, beautiful beings of light. How are you? As we're approaching the solstice, the summer solstice in the northern hemisphere and the winter solstice in the southern hemisphere. I can't believe we're midway through 2024, can you? Of course, you may be watching this in the future and we're way past that. So whatever time you watch this, I trust you're in the right place. And I'm just so grateful that you're here with me. I'm here with you, that we're here together. And in fact, that's something I want to talk a bit about today. Welcome to all those who are new here, and welcome all those who are returning here. I'm Emily, and I bring through light language transmissions, light codes, really, I prefer to say sometimes, because they are codes, frequency, that really assist us on our awakening journeys on this ascension path at this time of a lot of evolution, a lot of elevation in our consciousness. And a lot of us are experiencing that in quite rough, rocky ways. And those you've been following me know that I'm going through a lot of transition, and I've just moved house last weekend, and I'm adapting to that. I've had a lot of change, a lot of change happen this year. And in fact, the last several years have been very, very fast and furious in many ways in terms of massive change, massive evolution, massive metamorphosis, really. Can any of you relate? Are you going through your metamorphosis? It's a lot for our little humans sometimes. It's a lot for our nervous system sometimes. So I hope you're staying grounded and resourced and resourcing yourself. I feel these times we need extra grounding, extra self-care, extra time to just reflect and process what we're going through on multiple levels and layers, because so much is happening on lots of layers all at once, on the internal and the external. So externally, a lot of us are going through massive life changes. Of course, take what resonates and what doesn't. This is just, I share my experience. I'm going through, long-term relationship breakups, deaths, moving home, moving location, and internal massive levels of alchemy as we become more luminous from within, as we shift into more crystalline form. If you're following me, I'm all about embodiment, and this embodiment process can be very uncomfortable and create a lot of confusion to our human mind as we go through this process. Our human mind can go through a lot of change as well, as we let go of the programs, the thought forms that are distorted, as we really let go of distortion on all levels and levels of density, this sort of crud or crust that's built up over the truth of who we are. And so if you're going through this, I hope that my videos and my light codes help with your transitions and your transformation on multiple layers and levels. And that's what I'm here for, to assist at this time. And I want to share a bit about this, because sometimes when these things happen in our external or internal, when things happen so fast and we go through a massive amount of change, it can feel like we're doing something wrong or things aren't going how we want. So I've moved into an area, I'm actually back in London where I grew up, and I'm near my mum, and I really did not want to come here. I love living in a rural area, I love living in countryside, I love having my own space. And I was called, well, you could say my hand was forced lovingly but firmly by the universe to come back here after the breakup of my long-term relationship. And I did have quite a lot of resistance about this, I have to say, because there was another option that I really wanted and that fell through, and I ended up here. But I was strongly guided, actually this is the side step that I need right now, because I need to close some cycles with my family, and obviously London needs my light at the moment. So despite my resistance, I'm here. And so I'm adapting to all that change. And you know what? This is often our path if we're here as a volunteer, if we're here to fulfill a mission, a soul mission, to assist at this time. And not everyone is here for this, and some of you might not relate to this at all, but if you do, I hope this speaks to you, because as we go through these accelerated times, often our personal wants and preferences and needs have to be careful how I say this to not diminish our needs, because, you know, I do believe in us honouring our bodies and honouring our needs. So that's vitally important. It's not about that. It's not about self-neglect or self-abandonment or self-sacrifice in any way. Yet, often, to align our will with higher will, to fulfill our mission and to bring our light as needed, sometimes we have to do things we don't think we want to do and go to places we don't think we want to go, and go through things that are deeply uncomfortable and challenging, because we're here for a higher purpose. You know, we're not just here to get what we want in life. We're here in contribution, in service to the greater good. And personally, I came here to be a volunteer at this time of ascension. And so my path is not always joyful. My work is not always joyful. And don't get me wrong, I get immense joy when I work with my clients. And the preparation and the daily work I have to do on myself and the life I live and all the spiritual initiations I go through are deeply challenging and not always joyful. So a lot of the advice we get given about finding our purpose is, you know, follow your bliss and what lights you up. It's not been like that for me. It's not been like that for me at all. My path has been incredibly challenging because I chose this. So there's no, you know, not being a victim about it, although I was at times in a lot of complaint about this. Why? But actually, I realised that, you know, I'm here to fulfill a mission, to be a spiritual warrior or guardian. And that means going into the darkness to shine my light. And that can be challenging. And to bring my gifts, these gifts I'm bringing to you online, takes an immense amount of courage and pushing through barriers by my mind of not wanting to be seen, not wanting to do this, not wanting to live in London, not wanting this, that, the other. But as I've been growing and evolving through these initiations and challenges, I've been able to step so much more fully into my self-mastery, and my gifts have escalated tremendously from being courageous, from going out of my comfort zone, from putting the higher good before my personal preferences sometimes. Because it would be much easier for me to stay a hermit. I love being a hermit. I love being an introvert. I don't like being on camera. I do not like being on social media. You know, I don't actually go on social media really. And so this is very uncomfortable for me, yet I know that I have to bring these light codes to the world, and the only way people will find this is if I'm visible and go beyond my comfort zone, bring my light to where there's darkness, because what's the point otherwise? You know, I'm here to shift that density. I'm here to bring light to darkness and to navigate these energetic realms that a lot of people don't have awareness of, that are going on, these energetic battles that are going on, these psychic attacks, these oppositional energies that are just trying to keep us in separation. Often, you know, massive suppression of the divine feminine energies, massive disruption, distortion through technology. All of that is here to throw us off our path, to keep us in separation. And it takes a lot to keep going and to meet that with light, with truth. And so if you're on this path with me doing that, then I honour you. And I just want to say, keep going, well done, we're not alone. And the other thing is, you know, it's time for us to come out of the hermit mode now. It's time for us to come out into the open and bring our light and to connect with community. And I was really resistant to this. I mean, obviously I really wanted to meet with others and I love connecting with others. But I haven't done a lot of in-person connection because I've been in the depths of my own process in spiritual initiation, in hermit mode, going through all these initiations so I can bring these light codes through. And now I'm being asked to get out there and to meet others and to create a community and to be with others. And so that's what my next steps. And so maybe that's the case for you too. I feel like, you know, this age of Aquarius that we're birthing is about community, is about connection, about co-creation, you know. And as soon as I came back to London, immediately I had someone contact me who's in London, who's another beautiful light worker, Starseed, who works with light language to heal the land and works with nature. And it was such a blessing that she reached out and I thought, okay, this is how it works. I've taken the steps beyond my comfort zone. I've taken the steps, I've taken the leaps into the unknown. I've moved where my human does not want to go. And now the universe is saying, this is why, this is who you're here to connect with. This is the light work that's required of you because you chose to be here. You're part of the vastness of all that is focused in this now reality. Remember that. Remember that it's not just about me, it's about we. And that's what we're being called into now. So some of you who might be along this path with me experiencing that, I hope this supports you in some way to just be a bit bolder, be a bit braver, and to acknowledge that yes, of course in life we're here to experience joy. So I'm not saying it's not about joy and pleasure and beauty and bounty. Of course it is. And at times we'll be asked to step up and out into a way of being that is truly being of service, that we came here to be at this time, that goes beyond your immediate self-gratification, that goes beyond what you've put on your vision board. It's not about just getting what you want. It's about being who you came here to be and co-creating this world, this new earth that we want to live in for future generations. So with that said, I'm going to bring through a light co-transmission, just a quick one to support you through this time of transition, and whatever wants to come through today. I had a lot of light codes come through before I started. So we'll see what wants to come through, but it's going to be quite brief. So I invite you, if you would like to receive this transmission, to center in your heart and ask. You can always press pause and come back to this another time. So it's starting. So this transmission is nothing you have to do. Nothing you have to do, just open to receive and just choose whether this is the right time for you to receive this. Ask your body, your heart. And let's get started. So what wants to come through for the absolute highest good today? A lot of what's coming up lately is around the lower chakras. I feel like a lot when we're, as we're going through this accelerated change, some of the lower chakras are really getting a bit stimulated, and some of these deep old fears are coming up and out. And around power as well, I'm doing a lot. I feel a lot's happening around the solar plexus. I'm in the solar plexus now. You can't see me. I'm kind of doing this around here. So just tuning for what's happening for you. It might be different. Trust your own process. Ikana tekera korshana katakashini hadu kotokashini hara 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 kotroshana kashini hara 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 tu anisha no anisha no anisha noa tu anisha no anisha ne nisha ne o kotroshani ketakatroshana kashana korshate ketakatroshate katakano korshe etikesti akato kotokotakatiketiketiana katroshate ketakatroshate kotroshate ketakatakano korshana katroshane akatroshane ketakatoshane katakato kotroshana katakato kotokashini hit anaha 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 Wana shene, wana shene, wana shene. Thoroshana karoshana karahata, she, etekeshana kotroshana he. So I'm in the solar plexus. Troanekati kataroshana kotoka, and the krashata, and nikarahana koshi etekashe. A kroshta katakashana kroshana katakashe. A krano kroshana katakashana what inishe. Trokana katroshane etekana kataka, tutokastana karoshana katakashini, the krashana kroshana kahishi. Ekata kroshana katrosha to get etekana katroshan hat, anuat, anuat, anuat. Ekana katroshana katroshana katakakato, troshani katakana katroshana katroshana katroshan hat, anat, anat, anat. Tu anisha no anisha no anisha no anisha no anisha no. Trokana kahano hasheni hara 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 hara. Trokanisha hat, uwaka, uwaka, waka troshi. Ekarakarusha, the Karakarusha, the Karatokurusha, Naked, the Hanakasha, Nuat, Anuat, Anuat, Anuat. Turokanakarusha, the Katakana Karusha, the Katrusha, the Katakarusha, the Karusha, the Katakurusha hit. Turokatakurusha, Nakatakatakation, Kurusha, the Etike. Turokatarshan, Kurusha, the Etikahat, Kotursha, and Nikrahanakashi. Ekurusha, Kurusha, 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 Akatakatakata, Wakano, Wakano, Wakano. Shayana Koturiana, Shayana Koturiana, Shayana Koturiana. So actually, having said about the lower chakras, it feels like I'm coming up from the solar plexus through the heart and up. Yanasha wanika 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 oshwanyaka turshanaha. Turakanno krashiteka turshata aturshata ke etirshana koturshata ke etikarakanno kotaka shanna katakatu koturshata ke. Yanasheu, 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 Yanasheu. So the message I'm getting, which is really interesting, that hadn't occurred to me before I started the transmission, is that often, what seems that would give us freedom, the things that we feel that would give us freedom, like the things that we manifest from our vision board, having more money, having more. Usually it's more of something, isn't it? Still clearing the light codes here. Actually that's not what gives us freedom, is it? And what I think we're being taught is that by following our true soul calling and being in our oneness, in our hearts, in our all that isness, knowing the vastness of who we are as a collective, as a fractal of source, as a unique emanation of the divine, as the one. Is really being in our true unconditional freedom. And so what might appear to be a restrictive circumstance to me is actually calling me into greater levels of freedom. When you sometimes don't get what you want, that feels, you can start saying, why have I manifested this? Why am I not doing this? But your soul is calling you forward into something greater. It's being in that state of unconditional freedom. It's like if you're part of the body, right? If you're playing the part of the liver, for example, if you're the detoxer, I'm talking, I'm using this as an example. The liver, if it just tries to do its own thing, it's not going to get anywhere. We are part of an ecosystem. We are part of the wholeness of the body. So it's just like traditional medicine, isn't it? Just medicine is just focused on fixing something or taking something out, or not really looking often at the whole ecosystem of the body, mind, body, spirit, all of it. Yanasheu, 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 Yanasheu. So where do you fit in? Where's your unique fractal, your unique emanation of the divine fitting into the whole? How do your desires, how do your wants and needs fit in with what the whole needs? And that's what we're really calling into in now, living in from oneness and unity, isn't it? And of course, we all have preferences, we all have desires, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. Yanasheo, 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 Wakanu, 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 Akata, Kata, 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 Wakanu, 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 Akata, Shanna, Koshana, Kashana, Koshene, Hetekishana, what inishe? Shayana Koturiana, Shayana Koturiana, Shayana Koturiana. So I'm just going back to solar plexus. Turkana katrusha de etirhana kashwat nuat ishe. Ikrana kotrushana kursha etikeshenia. Kurshana katrushana 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 krushana krushana krushana. Tu anisha no anisha no anisha no anisha no anisha no. La katrushana karakashana wat ishe. Yeshayanoa, Shayanoa, 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 Wakano, 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 Wakano. So it's a lot around the solar plexus coming back now. Yanasheo, 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 Wakano, Wakano, Akrushana, Katrishina, Katrusha, the Ketikanukrusha, and the Katrushan, Akrushana, Akrushana, Akrushana. Turokana Katrashana, Kotukrushin, Ketikanukrusha, Tikatkrushin, Ketikishan. So what I'm being reminded of is, of course, the power behind all of this is the power of love, is love. The foundation, the gel, the glue that holds all of this together is love. And as soon as we come into our hearts and connect with love, we create from love. We align with love. It's all about alignment, isn't it? And resonance. So as we come more and more into self-awareness of who we are, where we are, that we're divine beings of light, we all kind of start working as a symphony rather than just playing our own instrument on our own. Tiara kotroshana kata kroshana katoshana kata kotroshana kahata. Ikata kata kotoshana krashana kroshana kroshana hata katroshana kehishe. Yanasheu, 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 Yanasheu. Ikana washini akurashana katosh etkishana at ishat ut ishanakat. Ikot at ush at ishana to ishaka wanisha. Ik at us at us at ut at isha ikidashwat ishana. Akut ikarahan hatush akishi. Shayana Kotoriana, Shayana Kotoriana, Shayana Kotoriana. Do akishiniha. Iana shwana kuroshana katrosh etikes takatroshana katrosh endigeshi. So now I'm actually feeling that connection of solar plexus, our personal will, or our will with our heart, and I'm feeling that like unified. And of course, I think all of our chakras are not just as they were. I think there's a lot more chakras than we think. And as I'm using these terminologies, feel what's right for you. I'm just using that as a reference, really. But heart and center, really combining these two, masculine, feminine, will and heart. So I feel that is complete. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I really hope that assisted you today, supported you. I'm just moved, so I feel like I'm a bit finding my way here, but I'm hoping to be able to bring more transmissions through. But we'll see how this evolves. Thank you. So please comment. I'd love to hear your experiences if any of this resonates with you. Everyone's on different paths. There's no right or wrong. You might have chosen to come in with a path of ease and joy all the way through. And bless you if that's the case. And bless you if it's not, and if you're experiencing challenge and a lot of this alchemy and these transitional times. I just love hearing from you. I love connecting with you. I'm building a beautiful community. I'd love you to be part of it. So please do look at my free offerings below, and please comment, like, subscribe if this resonates with you. But I hope you're taking care of yourselves and holding compassion for yourselves through these times of transition and immense alchemy, and coming into more of that oneness energy that is here, this unity, consciousness that is here, that's asking us to be in that unity by connecting with each other more and more. So if you've been in hermit mode, I invite you to come out of hermit mode like me and to bring your light to the world. And on that note, I'm going to sign off. Love and blessings to all of you. I love you, and take care of yourselves. Bye.